So, yeah, we still eat Kraft dinner, right? We still eat Kraft macaroni and cheese. Is Beth in here, Abby? Beth's not in here, but the cheap macaroni and cheese is about as good as you get, the Kraft.
Mm.
But I'll tell you this: Beth buys the Primo Kraft. I don't know what they do to it, but it's like you could eat it as a meal. It is so delicious. And if she comes in here in a little bit, I'll tell you exactly the one that it is. But the noodles are even flashier. They've got little spirals on the noodles. Let me see if she came in. No, she didn't come in. But man, are those good. So I love the Bare Naked Ladies. I love that song, If I Had $1 Million. And, one of the things that, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you're a millionaire, you're a millionaire. What does that mean? Well, there's more millionaires around than you think that there are, right? There are millionaires in our neighborhood that you would have no idea that they had any money. My mama died thinking she didn't have a dime because she grew up, poor as dirt, and she had, hundreds of acres of land, and never thought she had a dime. But she was well taken care of. Six kids, whole 9 yards, and the funny thing is, she died thinking she didn't have anything, and she had a lot. And let me show you this. If talking about millionaires, this is a great, great, great book. If you've never read it, you can get it on Kindle. I love reading stuff on Kindle on my phone. I read every night. I'm reading something. And The Millionaire Next Door, I read several years ago. It's a classic. And Dr. Thomas Stanley uh, led the book. Now, I saw that there's the next Millionaire Next Door. I didn't know there was another one out. Zero on audio book with an audible trial. So you might want to try these books out. They're kind of cool. But what this one found, it just kind of studied who is a millionaire, who are they, and your typical millionaire they found drives like an old beat up pickup truck. Well, maybe not old beat up, but they drive an old pickup truck. 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and probably if you're looking at the millionaire, it's probably someone who's an auctioneer, right? An auctioneer driving an old pickup truck. And that describes one of my friends to the T, right? He's an auctioneer, drives an old pickup truck, got a few cows, got a little farm, got a little house, got multiple sources of income. And, when we're young, we dream about, I can remember when I first started out, I've been very fortunate in my life. I've had a great career with the federal government. A lot of people, and many times people will say, like, Bobby, why don't you go out and do your own thing? Man, I had it great. I mean, I was the only person in college at Jacksonville State. I took a class, a practicum, where I actually got to work with the federal courts. And so I got an A in the class, and they liked me so much, they hired me on when I was like a junior in college. So I had a 20-hour job with the federal government, when I was in college, man, and everybody else was working at the McDonald's and, everything else, waiting tables. And I had this great little gig, I'd go in 20 hours, do my stuff. And it was, I left them several times. I left to teach school. I can remember I got hired as a business teacher at LaGrange Middle School. And, we had a going away party at my at the federal courts, and I left. And I can remember I was sitting there and they were telling me at the school that I was going to have to, work the bus line and the car rider line and all that. And then they took me to my classroom, and I was in the classroom, and it had a bunch of old beat up computers, the kind with the green screens and, or the black screens with the green writing. And it had maybe two textbooks in the room. And they're like, this is your classroom. And I was like, okay. And I sit there and I almost squalled. I said, what am I doing in this classroom? I said, I cannot be a teacher. We'll teach these kids and work the car out of line. So I remember, I don't even think we had cell phones back then, but I remember calling my boss at the courts and I said, listen, I think I have messed up. I have left, and will you take me back? He said, oh yeah, we'll take you back. So it's kind of cool. I went back and I've done other things. I've tried to do businesses on the side. All of my businesses always failed. But the one thing that I've always done, and probably most of you have done this too, is I've always lived beneath our means, right? When Beth and I got married, we were like, sitting there going, how are we going to make it? We had furniture on, um, our furniture didn't have any legs on it. Our couch, we sat on a milk crate. The couch, that was the leg of the couch that we had, and then we were like, how are we going to make it? We're never going to be able to make it. And then you have kids, and then you're scared to death how we're going to make it. And you just kind of do. You just kind of make it. And you make some good decisions. You live under your means and you put away money, and you save and you invest and you put it in, whatever you put it in. Matching 401k or whatever, and you put your money up. And next thing you know, you have accumulated something. And you do the Dave Ramsey thing where you don't go into credit card debt. Lord knows I've been there, done that. Thank God I'm out of that. And you're young and you think, man, I got to have all the nice cars. So you go buy cars on credit. Like someone on Facebook the other day, they were so proud of their kid because they made their first big boy purchase. And the girl, she's 20 years old or whatever. She's bought this brand new, beautiful car, and they were so excited because she was able to do it on her own credit. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Oh, I'd be so upset if my kid did that. Went and signed and bought a new car on credit because I want my kid to drive a 4-year-old car, right? Buy one where all the depreciation has been kicked out on it, and then you go buy the car. And then what do? You buy that car with cash, or if you have to borrow, you don't finance it for 6 or 7 years like they do now. You just kind of make smart decisions along the way, Matt. And I hope that's what Matt's doing. Matt's our guy here, y'all right? I'm glad Matt's in here. Matt, we are coaching Matt to do not just the right things with trading, but I mean, we talk about life here. Can you imagine if you've got a life where you can provide for your family, you work hard, and you got good food, good family, your finances are in order, we're taking care of our health. I'm taking better care of myself now. You got good music, got good food, you got Milo's sugar-free sweet tea. Life is dang good, y'all. It really, really is. And then you turn off CNN, you turn off Fox News, you just don't engage in what the narrative is that the world wants you to participate in. And that is being divided and hating one another and hating people that are not like us. You just don't participate in that. And next thing you know, Matt not going into debt. He's got, Caroline there that's, going to be growing up and, teaching Caroline not to buy, big old expensive vehicles on credit, only finance things that go up in value, and you start doing a few things. And then next thing you know, you buy a farm and you got little animals in here and, you got $700 pigs that you're going to be selling, you know, you have about 60 of those a year. You sell pigs. So you got all this stuff going on. And I told y'all that I made a whopping $300 on the farm last year. I love that. I mean, it's a big operation, right? $300. And that wasn't even profit because of everything that we pay out. But you grow stuff. You grow stuff. You build stuff. You build businesses. You build a life. And it's really amazing what you can accomplish. So rather than sitting there and being envious of your neighbor who, is posting on Facebook, and you see them at Panama City Beach, and I'm looking at all my friends at Panama City Beach, and I go, I know y'all spent $4,000 on a condo down there because the prices are just incredible. And you go, that's fine, right? That's fine for people to do that. But then, they get back and they're like, oh man, and now I'm totally in credit card debt. I'm over my head. And I've been there, done that. I've got all the scars that you could possibly get. I've made all the mistakes in life. And now what we do is we try to teach our children and teach the younger generation that there's a different way of doing things. If I was Matt right now, man, I'd probably be doing the Black Swan hedge, and I'd be running AIM. I'd be running AIM in a portfolio. I was reading Lucello's book again last night. I'm one of those that I will watch a movie once and I'll never watch it again unless it's The Greatest Showman or any of the Star Wars, and I'll watch those time and time again. And other than that, I'm done with you after one time, right? I'm finished. But can you imagine at a young age, if I had known about AIM and a program that would tell me when to buy and when to sell, and all I've got to do is pick stuff that moves wildly. And you do that, and then you go, yeah, but if the market goes down big time, sure, we'll be buying and accumulating a lot of shares, but let's protect ourselves in the trash. And now you got the Black Swan hedge. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? Then you go, well, let me put a little space strip trade in there. Oh, let me sell a little premium here and there. And you've got a wonderful, wonderful plan that over 6 months might lose money, but over the long haul is going to perform wildly, wildly well. So great book recommendation here, Millionaire Next Door. Feed your mind with positive stuff, right? Open the the book of Ephesians in the Bible. You start feeding good stuff in rather than watching CNN and worrying about every single thing and everybody that's just fussing and hating with one another. And hey, I'm talking to myself here because I get involved in it. I love riling people up and getting them all, shaking up and stuff. And I do that. But I'm so much happier when I don't do that and when I'm just worrying about the good stuff: food, family, music, health, nature, being outside, just enjoying life. Um, and you and I, here we go every day. We meet, for an hour or so, and we talk life, we talk music, we talk so many different things, and we don't talk enough about maybe things outside of trading. We talk probably more than any other trading room out there about things outside of life. And you don't gotta look, if you've got a car loan right now, don't beat yourself up, right? Get out of it though. Pay the thing off. Sell the dang thing. Buy something cheaper. Because when you get to a point, and this is the beautiful point that I'm at, I don't give a rat's butt what anybody thinks of me. I say that. Then why do I fight so many people online? I probably do that. But I really, Beth's like, are you going to the Piggly Wiggly dress like that? I mean, she looks at me like, you cannot wear that do-rag in the Piggly Wiggly. And I'm like, oh, yes, I am. I said, because that makes me feel good. I got my spam hat that has never been washed, that is nasty and dirty, and I wear it all the time. Because why? I don't care. Now, does Beth let me wear the spam hat to church on Sunday? No, I don't wear the spam hat to church on Sunday. I was wearing my glasses, my sunglasses, prescription sunglasses I got now. Y'all, my biggest purchase of the year, $20 from Zenni Optical. And, my mama's buying $500 Gucci glasses when she goes because they talk her into it at the ophthalmologist. But when I go in there, I say, give me my prescription so that I can get some little kid in a sweatshop in China to make my glasses. And look at this, $20 right here. And then I got prescription sunglasses. I'm in the pig with my do-rag on yesterday. I got my sunglasses on. I'm just doing my thing. And if someone looks at me and goes, oh my gosh, look at that old tubby guy with the do-rag on and sunglasses in the Piggly Wiggly. I don't care. I care what you think of me. And that's a great and liberating feeling. So you sit here and go, oh man, all my friends are driving the nice pickup trucks and they got the nice cars and they got the nice this and they go on the nicest of vacations. And you're doing the Dave Ramsey plan. Now I like Dave Ramsey, even though he can be such a butt to people. Man, he's so mean to some, sometimes we need smacking in the face. But there comes a time when you go, okay, I've lived the Dave Ramsey plan. I've, lived under my means. And then comes a time when you want to live a little bit and you want to take your vacations, you want to splurge, and you want to have life events, because life events are much more than stuff, right? Stuff is not going to make you happy at all. If you're not happy with what you have right now, chances are you wouldn't be happy if you doubled it. If you doubled what you got right now, you double your retirement account, you're not going to be happy. The problems that you got, if you're not happy and content with what you have now. So yeah, get out there, grind, hustle, work, get an extra job, but spend time with your family, listen to good music, eat good food. We know the plan, and life is really good. It really, really is, Bubba. I hear my mama say that time and time again. And yesterday I go to the doctor's office. I got them to cut a chunk out of my arm to check on whatever this is on my arm that's going on. And then we go and we meet lunch, and I get to eat with my mama. I get with my wife and my kids, and it's just a fabulous time that you get to spend together with one another and do awesome and wonderful things. So, you know, take advantage of each and every day. And the fact that we get to come in and do this, I mean, where else can you have a business? And this is a side hustle for some, right? This may be a side hustle. You're not doing this for a living, whatever. And but we get to come in and have a business that does not require us to have an office space. We're not having to pay rent on an office. We can do this in our house. We can do this while we're in Myrtle Beach on our cell phones. I mean, it's really a great, great, great little plan. And then you got this little AIM thing. If I have coded it right, and I think I have, as I read the book, I go, how did I know how to do this? And I look at some of these formulas on these things and I go, I did that. I don't even know what Lynn means. And I put this together. And again, you know why? Because I'm a spurt person, right? Most of the time I am lazy, sitting around doing nothing, contemplating, the meaning of life. And every now and then I'll get a wild hair and something will drive me to a point that I cannot wait till I finish it. And that was what happened with this particular spreadsheet. And man, if you got years to go, put your portfolio, put your retirement account in AIM. Now you can do BAME, but BAME's I mean, this is hands off. This is laissez-faire, baby. This is you and me just kicking back and waiting for this thing to tell me to do something. Well, it's telling me to buy a share, and it doesn't seem like much, does it? It's telling me to buy a share of silver, one stinking share. What does that mean? What does it mean? It must mean, let's see if I've coded this thing right. It must mean that silver has gone down some to a point that it's now saying, hey, Bob, hey, Tubbs, it is time for you to buy silver. What has silver done? Let's see if it'll show me silver here. Come on, little baby. All right, so silver must have gone down. I'll be dang, y'all. Look at this. Silver is down 5%. This ultra silver, right, is down 5% today. So I got a spreadsheet that I don't have to feed anything into. All I got to do is open it. And then it says, hey, Bob, probably a good time for you to accumulate a share. So what I do, I go back over in here and I go, all right, let's do that. So I go trade, I go AGQ, 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 and I'm going to buy a share. Let me see what the price is. I have delayed quote. Oh, sorry. Got to take that out. I have delayed quotes. Why? Because I'm too cheap to pay for the data. You get it free because you don't have a corporate account. You don't have a corporation in Delaware and blah, 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 all the kind of stuff that I have in different accounts. So let me see what that's trading for right now. AGQ is trading. I just get my live stuff right here. So if I'm going to buy a share, 44.46. Let's do what it says. 44.46. Not buying 100. That would be nice. But I'm going to just do what it says and buy one. 44.46. 46. All right, let's get us a share. Dwayne says, sorry, I got a phone call. Could you start over? Yes, absolutely. Listen, hey, you think Dwayne ain't living the life? The man makes salmon every week. And I got a feeling each week that he makes it, he's getting better at it. I mean, he really is. The man's making salmon and just getting to enjoy that on a weekly basis. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, sitting at home and you're getting to make salmon every week. Beautiful. That's good for your health, right? And salmon is delicious, y'all. I mean, that's good stuff. So, I mean, think about life is so doggone good. It really, really is. And, you got Ken, his wife, she's a pastor at a church, a congregation. I mean, she's getting to lead people, in a spiritual walk and journey. And whatever your spiritual walk or journey is, engage in that. It's as important as anything. It's as important as your physical and your mental, your spiritual. We try to take care of it all. And a lot of I remember going to the church that we go to now, and we went in and we started going a couple weeks. And this lady, who is the best insurance agent in our town, oh, but she drives you crazy. She was like, "Okay, y'all been here twice. That means you got to come to Sunday school." And I was like, "We are not coming to Sunday school." And I didn't tell her that. I was like, "Ha, yeah, we'll be at Sunday school." And this woman would not shut up every week that we went to this church. And I was about ready to leave the church and not go back, because she just kept every Sunday. Every Sunday, she would say it would be good if y'all's family were involved in Sunday school. So to appease her, and because they were buying donuts or something one day, we went to Sunday school. Best thing we'd ever done. We were like-minded people in there, and we were all, talking and sharing about our kids, and we were reading the Bible, having Bible, and it was so good, y'all. And now the best part of church for us is going and fellowshipping with the people in our Sunday school class. And so we missed that during the year of COVID, right, being out. And now we're back. And it's like so good. It's like, oh man, I missed y'all. And that's kind of what we do here. It's more than trading, right? We get together and we just, when we share stuff, we know Ken's been sick. We've been worried about sick. We know that Matt and the issues he's had in his life, we know about that. And we openly share, and we, some share more than others. But it's really good to get together as a group. So it's kind of like our Sunday school class where we get together every day and we do a little trade. All right, so check this out. So I bought it for 44.4498. So what do? Now they all like this. We throw a little trading in here too. So my little thing says buy one share. All right. So I got to go to the AIM activity board here, and I will definitely do what it told me to do. So I'm going to type in AGQ. How many shares did we buy? We bought one. On what date did we do it? 7/16/21. Now imagine if Robert Lucello was alive today, he would say, "Bobby, you have geniusified my little system by building a spreadsheet that'll do all this for me." And he was doing this once a month. You can do this once a day now. This thing tells you exactly what to do. All right, what was our trade price? Our trade price was 44.4498. Why they do that on here, I have no idea. 44.4498. So I put that in. 44.4498. All right. And it figures out my little, so it cost me $44.45. Now, remember, we were doing BAME. If you're doing BAME, that's always yes. Now, is this a new capital? Is it rebalancing, or is it a new underlying? No. If you're doing AIM, it's not. We're not putting in new capital, and we're not rebalancing. So then we'll put that in no. And I've got a built-in governor that slows this little puppy down. So the last three things that we've done with our streak, right? We're on a buying streak of silver, y'all. We bought here. We were on a streak of 2. Now the last 3 trades I've made in silver have been buy trades. So that means our governor decision percentage, I'm putting the brakes on a little bit by putting this 0.2. It was 0.1, but now, and then it was 0.15, and now it's 0.2, which slows it down a little bit, right? So we're going to have a bigger movement before I buy next time. And why is that the case? Well, we don't want to run out of money, do we? If I'm buying silver, I don't want to run out of money. So, when it's going down, we want to preserve our cash. So let's go back to our dashboard now. And look, it's gone. Why is it gone? Because I bought the shares. Isn't that cool? So, if you want to run AIM, run it. Now we're running BAME in the other one, and that's fine. But it's just so cool to see this and to see, it automatically tell us what to do. All right, let's go back to the markets. Sorry about that, y'all. We had a long monologue today, didn't we? So let's look and see what's happening in the market. All right, let me change this back from AGQ. Down 5%. Let's go back to ES and see what the market's doing. Hey guys, Dad's in class. I say, Dad's in class. All right, here we go. So what's the market done? Well, it was down almost 35% a while ago, so it's kind of going back up. Does it surprise us? Well, let's see what happened today. Where's my 15-minute range at? Wow, it's way up there. Look at that. So let's bring this down. We had the cash open right here, right? That little white line is where we open. We had a very narrow opening range. This is the overnight high last night. This pink is the overnight low. So you're seeing that it is having a party with the overnight low, right? It's just saying, man, I don't know if we want to go farther than what we did last night. It does, it goes up, and it's coming back down. So we are under the value weighted average price. Right? Here's the value weighted average price. So we're down below that. We're down below the hourly midband, which is this. And the alligator is turning over. So we're going back down here, which is confirmed by what? AD. AD, advancers and decliners are going back down. The AD number is 17, so it's really kind of a stagnant number, right? If that's, 300 or so, that's high. If it's negative 300, it's really low. But it's just an AD of 18. So we're just kind of, cruising back down into that. So that's kind of what the market's doing today. Now, I have on one working order, and the one working order is to fill my 9th tranche of the Black Swan hedge. So I figured out that based on what I sold it for yesterday, so we had a move greater than 0.4%, and I was able to put on 3 additional shorts. Let's see, 3 additional shorts, which should be BSH 6, and that's not BSH 6 shorts. That is BSH 6, which is the shorts. So it's down $15 today, but it's profitable $7.50. Now, Matt, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to bring up something that Matt said. And Matt, this actually is genius. So Matt played me in chess one time. And Matt, did I not mop you up in one little game that you ain't challenged me since I'm not in chess? That's okay. We don't have to bring it up, man. Hold on a second. Let me tell that little dog to shut up. Roxy, come here. Come here, Rox. Come here, Rox. My $2,000 dog. Come here. Come here. Come here, Rock. Come here, Rock. Sorry about that. All right. So Matt brought up something. He said, hey, I sold my 3 the other day. Oh, let's see what Matt said. Did someone say something? I've challenged you, but you're never on when I play. Yeah, you smoked me. But Matt, you know what's terrible? I mean, we all need to get better at chess. So y'all sign up at chess.com app on your phone and challenge me to whatever, and we'll play. And y'all will smoke. Matt, you'll smoke me. Trust. I got lucky because I am horrible. My score is like I'm rated at 300, and they say on average after you played a year, you ought to be like 1,200, and the grandmasters are like 2,500 or something. So who knows? I'm terrible. So Matt brought up a great thing. He said, hey, Bob, what are you doing, Rox? He said, I sold my shorts. He goes, Matt, how did you say it, Matt? Matt may not can talk today, but he said something like, I sold my shorts, but the market's kind of moved down a little more and volatility's higher now. He says, I'm thinking of closing my shorts, taking the profit because they're a little bit profitable. They're up $20. And then selling new shorts farther away from the money since the volatility is uptick some. And that's a beautiful plan. Gorgeous. Take the money and run, friend, right? Take your $20. And then Matt said, hey, I can sell them farther away from the money and be a little safer on the shorts. That's beautiful. So you've got all kind of different things that you can do when you're doing that, right? So beautiful. So now this order, I got a GTC order working for $1.80. And the cool thing is at some point, now please stop barking, please. Let's see. Let me go. Space trip BSH. Where's our first one? Where's our BSH 3? I guess. And you start looking for, hey, at what point am I mean, this one's up $230. Isn't that cool? And we hadn't even crashed yet. All right, now be quiet, Roxy. Don't chase anything. So, I could close that today. Take $230 of profit in it. So these things, are designed to make money even if you don't crash. When we start putting these things on, you get a little bit of a down move. Here's another one, up $210, up $12.50 today on the down move. So let's go look at our whole portfolio. Go to the Analyze tab. And I hope you guys are spending more and more time on the Analyze tab. So we'll go to SPY. We go to Hide Simulations and look at the portfolio beta weighted. And I want to see how I'm going to do in the event of a crash. And I'm looking at what happens if we go down 35% like we did, not 4 expirations. I want to go for vol steps. 4 vol steps. 4 vol steps. That does not look right. Let's see. What am I missing? Because I just ran this before we come in. Oh my gosh, we look horrible. 4 vol steps. Let me see. I got to close everything because the count looks terrible. That does not look right at all. Let me change this to ES. Oh, I got a feeling I hadn't got everything marked. Hold on. I think I know what's wrong. I think I know what's wrong, Bob. You went in and changed some stuff, didn't you? Let me look at this. All. Now let's get it all. Now that looks better. Hide simulations. Hide simulations. Portfolio. Okay, y'all, I got to shut the whole count down because this looks horrible. Right? Even with my volatility up, it's showing like that. That just doesn't seem right. Something looks. I'm wondering if I'm having an issue with Thinkorswim. Hold on a second. Because I just looked at it before y'all came in, and it looked beautiful. I'm not sure what the current is, but it's showing I got a huge valley of death now. Maybe I should sell buy my 3 shorts back. But I don't think that is the case. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? Let's go over to ES and just look at our ES positions. I just looked at it and it looked great. Let's go to ES. Let's go to single symbol. Single symbol. Single symbol. And that even looks funky. Why is it looking funky, y'all? Oh. Gosh, Bob. Nobody picked up at this. If you say something funny, it's because it's generally an operator error, right? Oh, there she is. There she is, baby. Now she looks good. I had the date wrong. Sorry about that. What I was doing is playing on my little thing a while ago, and I was moving everything. So here we go, baby. All right, single symbol. Now let's see if we can go to portfolio beta weighted. Portfolio beta weighted. There. All right, so now if we get a 20% drop, I'm up $14,000 to $38,000 on in the total account. On my ES trades, what am I up? All right, I'm up 42 to 66,000 on the drop when we expect that fix to really, really crunch up. So if you're doing this Black Swan hedge, it is just a matter of time frame. You are doing this at the very best time. Why? Because you are going to see a dramatic correction. We are going to see a dramatic correction. So if you got nothing else other than AIM and Black Swan hedge, I think you're going to see something that's pretty doggone impressive. So when the market crashes, your account's going to be up. And the cool thing is your AIM account, since, a lot of the assets will move in tandem. Your aim is now going to say what? Buy, 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 buy. You're going to start getting some buy signals here. So you're going to be buying assets at a much better value than they are priced at today because everything's just so stinking high. All right. Now, so we've got our little thing here, single symbol, portfolio beta weighted. Let's go back to it. And let's see if we can safely sell another micro. So how are our micros doing? How many do we have? Looks like we've got a couple. And we've got 1, 2, 3. 3 of those. Can we sell a fourth one? I think we can. So let's go to the micros. Let's sell one. Give me yes. It's kind of a daily little trade, right? All right, we'll go closest to 60 days without going over. Now, you can go anywhere. You want to go 35, 28. It's just what I like to do. We'll go to the 10 delta. We'll sell us another one. Who's typing something? It's all about managing risk, isn't it, though? That's exactly what it is. We don't want to be blown out. So, you know, I could sell the 38.50 again, have 2 strikes there. I like moving my strikes around a little bit. How about that one? Take in 16.25. So what do? You right click it. You go analyze trade. So let's analyze the trade. All right. So now let me go hide positions so that it just shows, and then let me do portfolio beta weighted. What's your beta symbol? We'll do SPY. That's what I like using as my beta symbol. All right, just want to make sure that's the only simulated trade that we have on the board. Yep, there she is. All right, so now you go show all. I just want to make sure that our count is going to be okay in the event of a big drop. So if we're down 30, if we're down 20%, with that little put, we're going to be still be up $34,000. I like it. Now, what if we take that little puppy off? And chances are we're going to manage that trade before then anyway, right? So let's see. Where are you, little thing? Show all. There you go. So let's take it off. So we'd be up 34,000 without it. With it, what would we be up without it? At 20% down? It's going to cost us 4,000, right? Because we could possibly be up 38,000. So can I actually put this trade on? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, you just want to make sure that your account can handle it. Confirm and send. Let's get that puppy on there. Fill me. And we're filled. All right, let's put her in the right group. Let's go put her in the right group. Unallocated. So there she is. So we'll move that to our macros. Move to group, micro short puts. There she is. So we're keeping it real simple in the account, right? Make sure there's nothing there that needs to go anywhere. Nope, that's just my order. That is at 310. Okay. Now, yesterday, Tom was good enough to bring us in that 111 trade. Let's just look at it. Let's look at it and analyze that trade. You know, I made the remark in our session yesterday that it kind of looked like the space trip trade in a way. Let's just see it. Let's break it down a little bit longer and see what Tom got us into. What did Tom get us into? First of all, let's see how it's doing. The 111. Yeah, gives us positive delta, positive theta, a little bit negative vega. We're up $10, $7.50. Praise the Lord. So let's just look at that. And we did that in MES. He said you could do it in SPY, you could do it in whatever you want to. So we'll go to the Analyze tab again, and we'll just look at it. And we'll take expiration. Let's do one expiration because it's all in the same expiration. And then we will hide simulations. Now we want to, let's see, is this the 111, 111? I got to find out where it is. Hold on. All groups. Why don't we do the 111? That'd be the easiest way to do it. 111. Now let's see what this thing looks like. There it is. See, it does kind of look like the space trip trade, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. So let's see what this thing does, right? So this line goes up. What did we do here? We sold a put, right? What did we do here? The line starts going down, so we sold a put. Line goes down, and then all of a sudden the line starts to go upward a bit, so we bought a put. So this is a put debit spread, and this is a short put. Right? So it's got a put debit spread with a short put down here. We were able to put that on for a credit. So what does it look like? Well, here's what it looks like. We will make $105 if the market goes up to infinity or stays here. We'll also make $105 at expiration. See the expiration, the 9-1 there. We'll make that all the way down if SPY goes down to 105, 42.67. And then what happens is, as time goes on, just like the space trip trade, this acts very much like the space trip trade. What happens? Well, you lose on this trade if price goes down really, really fast, right? If you go here, then you're going to be following this T0 line. This is the today line. But if you go down slowly into there, as the days progress, let's watch this purple line. I want you to watch the hump go up, right? So the max profit down here is $605 if, toward expiration, you get into this. So as we progress this out, watch the little purple line. Watch the little purple. See it? You gotta, so now we're the 1st of August. So now at the 1st of August, in only 14, 15 days, if price moves down to this area, look at that. You're up $107 on the day. You're up $99 there. You're up. If price goes down here, you're up, $90 or so there. So very, very cool. And as time goes on, what happens? Watch that pump just continue to rise. So you're building you just a little bit of a downside buffer. And keep in mind, that has nothing to do with what happens out here. Price continues to go up. At expiration, you cannot lose. You're going to make $105. Now you've got a nice trade that if price comes into this area, look at this, you're up $224 on the day. Just kind of move it around and see how that progresses over time. Now, this trade is similar looking to the space trip trade. So you see the hump just keeps going and going and going until it actually touches that at expiration. So then if you have a pullback into this area, you're up $531. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Now let's see if I can look at the space trip trade to just kind of look. So get this one in your mind. See what she looks like. Now let's see if we can pull up a space trip trade. Space trip trade. Space trip trade 1. Yeah, kind of similar, right? Kind of similar. Now, the thing about the space trip trade is we've got this in the micros as well, but we've got a really much larger tent back here, right? So you see on August the 26th on this trade that, you're up $709. If you get in the tent by close to expiration, You could be up $10,450. Incredible, right? But I just want you, let's flip back and forth between it. So, but this one is also 10 contracts, right? 10 of the put credit spreads and 7 of the put debit spreads. So, cool thing about the little 111 is, right, much less contracts, but you could build that up too. I mean, you could do, more contracts. We did 2 contracts on that one, which was kind of cool. But, it's a similar trade. And then you go, oh my gosh, Bobby, but what happens down here? Well, you can have serious, serious losses, right? You can have serious, serious losses, right? Price goes down 20, is that our 20% line, 34.73, and then you're down $3,640. Okay,
So, Bobby, what would you do at that point? I mean, not necessarily at that point, but as you're realizing, okay, this is going down faster than I want, what do you do?
yeah, and it depends, right? So it depends if it goes down, it starts going down in this area as of August the 26th, we'll experience a profit before we get down here. But if we have a humongous gap down here, then what I would do is I'd take the trade off. Tom actually said, listen, if he was talking about getting assigned on the micros, he said if it goes down here, I don't mind getting assigned on the micros at 3,800 if the current price is way up here. He said that's a buy. So get assigned on 2 contracts of the micros. Not bad. So while you may experience losses here, here's the great thing, Stacy, is that we have the black swan hedge, right? That now kicks up. So even with this trade on, let's go all groups.
Could you, if you also see like that the market is crashing, couldn't you just take off the short, maybe for a small loss or, whatever that may be, and then hold on to your put debit spread?
Yeah, you could hold on to your put debit spread. Yeah, you could take it off in pieces, right? So you could say, oh man, my risk now that the market goes down is in this little puppy right here. So yeah, you could absolutely take off the short option, right? Because that's where your risk is to the downside. Absolutely, man. Great thought on that. So, Stacy, see, the good thing is though, if it goes down so fast, you're going to be like jumping up and down happy. And you say, oh my gosh, Bobby, I'm down $3,000 on that. Exactly. But keep in mind, your total account is going to be, hold on, all groups, portfolio. What am I doing? Okay, I got to move my day, don't I? Hold on. Go to the day. You're sitting there going, on the this happens today, then look what's happened. You are, you're up $21,000. Yeah, depending on where volatility is. I mean, this is just an estimate, right? So yeah, we're going to manage those trades on the day down. So what's going to happen, Stacy, is this. Here's what I anticipate happening, because this is what happened with me when I had my black swan hedges on. The day is going to happen when I'm sleeping to 10 o'clock and Matt's going to start calling me on my cell phone, because that will wake me up. So he's going to say, Bobby, the market's crashing. What do we do? And then we're going to all go, okay, emergency meeting. We're going to all get together, and then we're going to start all peeling these things off. And this is where, and yeah, my voice may be quivering. My hands may be shaking a little bit, and y'all are going to be like, what do we do? What do we do? And we're going to start peeling stuff off. And the weird thing is, you can't peel it off together. You're not going to be able to close your 3s and your 5s. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our 5 loans, and we're going to take that humongous profit, and then we're going to take risk off on the shorts. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, take risk off on the short, and then we're going to close our profitable loans. And I really wish I could describe it better. It's one of those things you got to live through to kind of experience it, because you're going to be excited, right? You'll be really excited seeing your account up so big, and you say, man, I've been
That's why I
struggling.
ask those kind of questions, is just because I like to have the, I like to have the plan in place before I get to, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, like I want to know what I'm going to do before it happens.
Mhm. So, the thing is, we don't want to leave those shorts on in the 3-5 all by themselves, because that subjects you to more risk, right? So what we would do is, let's say you had one tranche of the Black Swan hedge on. I would, um, here's kind of how I did it last time. So a 3-5, I wouldn't close all three of my shorts. I close one, right? I close one, and then I close a long. So now I've got a 2-4, and then I close another short to take off risk. So now I've got longs on. Then I close another long. So now what have I got? I've got a 1. I've got a 1-3. Then I would close my other short, take risk off, and then I would close, the remaining 3 or 2, whatever we got left over longs. So I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it, because I was sitting there. Keep in mind, I was on the phone the first time that it happened in February with Thinkorswim, because I was so nervous. I'd never seen my account up so big. And I'm on the phone, and everybody's freaking. Everybody's freaking. It's crashing. It's, oh my gosh, what do we do? So, I've got probably a 2-hour wait with Thinkorswim. So there's no way that I'm going to be able to talk to anybody. So then I took a deep breath, and I said, okay, listen, how am I going to take these off? And so it is good for us to have a plan, right? So think about it. So the first thing you would do is try to take off a short. Don't try to take all three off at the same time. Just try to take off one. Let's take off one short. So we're going to experience a huge loss on that. And you're fine with that, because the next step is you're going to close one long. And the problem is going to be is you're going to see prices flashing up and down and everywhere. So just kind of take it slow. And that's the thing. You don't want to do it fast. You want to do it deliberately and intentionally and methodically. So,
And don't put in market.
oh gosh. Oh, please. Yes, exactly. And I should talk about this more often. We never use market orders. Never, ever, ever use a market order. Everything's limited. What does it mean? You're probably going to have to adjust it some, right? And you kind of need to know what you're doing. So if I'm closing a short, that's a buy trade. So you're having to buy it back. Let's say you're having to buy it for, the short that you sold for 3. Now you're having to close it for 7. Man, that sounds terrible, right? You sold it for 3, and now you're buying it back at 7. So then think about it. Okay, it says it's at 7. I put a buy in now for 7, and it didn't get filled. You got to know, what do I need to do now? Do I go to 650 or do I go to 750? Or 725?
750.
750. You see what I'm saying? You got to work the order up. So in other words, you're closing a short trade, so you're paying a debit to do that. If you don't get filled, you need to increase your debit. So let it work for a few seconds. You don't get filled, you cancel and replace. So you're going up to maybe 750. You don't get filled, then you go to 775, then you go to 8 until you get filled. So, okay, boom, you get filled. Whew, we're out of that trade that took me a humongous loss. Now let's claim some profits. So then you got to think, okay, now let's close one of my loans. Okay, so let's close a loan. That is a credit. It doesn't get filled. So you were taking in a credit of $10. It doesn't get filled. Are you going to move that now to $9.50 or $10.50?
$9.75.
$9.75, exactly. So you got to work that one down, because now you're bringing in money, right? And so if you don't get filled, then you've got to think, which way do I move it? So I move it in a direction to where I take in less of a credit. So because you could be sitting there, if you're panicking and you're moving it in the wrong direction. You're going, oh my gosh, it says it's at 10 and now I'm at 15. Why am I not getting? Well, you're going the wrong way. So maybe we need a sticky note on the computer or something. Close a loan, receive credit. If not filled, reduce credit. Closing a short, I'm paying a debit. If not filled, pay more of a debit, so increase the price. This is great, y'all. This is really, really, really great conversation and a great question. How do you do it? Now, let's say that you've got on, right now I've got on 24 shorts and 40 longs. That's what I've got. I've got on 24 shorts and 40 longs. Am I going to work that one at a time? No. So now I'm probably going to take that and I'm going to work maybe 2 or 3 contracts at a time. So I'm going to close my shorts first, because you don't want to close your longs, because if you close your longs, let's say, man, I'm going to close all my longs, baby. Let's take the profits. Well, now you're left with 24 shorts. So what you're going to get is an error message. Thinkorswim is going to say, you cannot close those longs. Why? Because you don't have sufficient buying power to carry the shorts. This is great. I don't know why we haven't covered this more, because yeah, it's one of those things where I'm telling you, if you're doing the black swan hedge, this market is out of control. We are at all-time highs. A correction will come. It may not be this year, it may not be next, but it will come. And if you're keeping on putting on these hedges for free or credit, the day's going to come. I mean, you're going to be making money, and you got your AIM program going, or your BAME, or whatever you want to do. You got everything rocking and rolling, right? You're fine. If you're doing AIM, which is so easy, you're buying shares as price goes down, you're selling them as they go up, booking profits. And you got this in the background, and it's going to come. So we need to think about these things. So the process is going to be take some risk off first by closing a couple, if you got 824, close 2 or 3 of your shorts. Take your loss. Buy them back. If you don't get filled, you've got to increase the price. Got to, test the market. You're feeling the market for where you can get filled. So keep bumping that up. Cancel, replace, cancel, replace. Okay, boom. I just sold my 3. So now let's try to buy 3. Or sell 3 or 4 of your longs now. And that's how you do it. You peel this thing off like an onion. Because you sit there and go, oh man, I got, what about that 1220? And you go, I'm going to try to close the whole stinking thing at one time. You're not going to be able to. You're just not going to be able to. And then you're going to be panicking. You're going to be on the phone with Thinkorswim, and they're not going to answer. So yeah, we got to have these conversations. How do you peel it off? But I'm going to promise you something, that you're going to be up on the day. You do it right. But you got to close them. You can't leave them open. And you could leave 1 or 2 on in case it goes down farther, right? That's fine. But what we're doing is we're building a wall, y'all. We're building a structure. And I would love for the day to where I have 500 short puts. Wait a minute, not 500. How many? 35. I have 300 short puts and 500 long puts. Can you imagine? So how are you going to close those? Well, you better do it in groups of 10 or 15 or 20. You got to have a plan. Got to be able to take those off. And that's why you're going to make the big bucks doing it when the time does come. Now, what if it never comes? What if the crash never comes? Well, you're going to be putting these 3 5s on forever. You're going to be doing them at an overall credit or a wash, right? Break even. Why? Because you've got AIM or BAME or whatever your income trade is running in the background. Or you've got the RIC trade is your income trade, or you've got the short puts, whatever you do. You can take those off. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting day. And y'all are probably sitting here going, it's never going to come, Bob. I don't see it coming. We're never going to, it's going to come. It's going to come. And we're going to be on here together. We're going to be Zooming. I'm going to be taking them off, and y'all going to be asking questions, and we're going to we'll take them off together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun because your account's going to, double or triple or whatever the case may be when the crash comes. And all you've got to do in the meantime, you're going to be discouraged. You're going to go, man, I'm making $1 on these things. Well, that's fine. Run AIM in the background. AIM is going to outperform the market. You finally got something that tells you when to sell, when to buy. So run that in the background. That's all you got to do. Well, Bobby, I don't have an account as big as yours. That's fine. Let's put 3 or 4 securities in there. Run AIM on 3 or 4. And you don't know how to get started? I'm telling you, you schedule the one-on-one. Let's set it up. Man, let's make the trades for you. I'm here to help you any way I can. So I think we got a great little plan. You got AIM or BAIM, whatever you want to run it. Then have this Black Swan hedge running in the background. You hadn't even got to have the space trip trades or the 1-1-1 or whatever. Choose you an income trade. Rick's got the Rick trade. That's what he's doing. He's got the Black Swan hedge. Man's happy. He probably doesn't want to do AIM. That's fine. Why not like AIM and BAIM? BAIM's a little more work, right? But I like this because all I got to do is open it every day. And when this thing says take action, I take it. Then go take you a nap, go to work, do what you want to do. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day. Stacy, I can't wait till you see it in action because you're going to be flipping. Because I told you the second time it happened. First time it happened, I was in my office, right? And I'm trying to get on the phone with the taster. Second time, I knew how to do it. Second time was fun. That's when I'm at the podiatrist's office. He's telling me, look, I got to take your toe off, man. Sorry about this. You'll be in the hospital about 4 days. And I'm like, hold on a second, doc. I got something to do. You ain't going to believe this. And they got the sign in there, no cell phones while the doctor's working on you. And I was like, I got no choice. This is going to pay for my toe operation, right? This is going to pay for my hospitalization. Market crash, and Sweet Bobby's up 208%. Beautiful. And that was after all the slippage and everything. It was 208 flipping percent. You imagine? So what does that mean? You got a $100,000 account, you just, you didn't make 100%, you made 200%. It's pretty fun. So anyway, but yeah, this is great. And Stacy has a great question and good way of thinking about it. What do you do? Take a little bit of the risk off first. So, in this account, I'd be closing micros, right? I'd be closing some, but first of all, I'd close my ES trades, right? So I'd probably go, I'm looking here, I'm going by number. We're flipping out because, and you go, okay, the first one on the board is this one. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I just lost $10,000 here on these shorts, but I got to take one of those off. So I go right click, create closing order. Maybe I could take all 3 of them off, move that down to 2, we're going to be buying that back, just do it. And you could route 3 of them. That's fine. But if you only had a 3-5, I'd probably do them one at a time. You want to get out of them, out of those shorts. Those shorts now are what is going to be, causing you a loss. And you say, Bobby, well, I'll just close the shorts and let those longs run. Don't do that. Yeah, if market goes down another 50 points, how do you take your shorts on? You're a hero. But what if the market goes back up? Then, you're going to be like, oh man, why didn't I close those at the time? Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. So yeah, I'm going to close this, and it may be it. Let's just pretend. Let's pretend that on those shorts that I sold for $3, you're closing them for $42. Let's just pretend. I don't know what it'd be. And so you go, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What? It's going to cost me $6,000? I only made, brought in, what, $500 or $600 selling them. Now I'm going to have that big of a loss? Yeah, you're going to have that big of a loss. But then you're going to come back to your monitor tab and you're going to go, hey, close these 5. All right. So I got 5 of these, and you're going to create a closing order. So you sell it. And so these may be, that was 42. These may be what, 38. you'll collect less. But the problem is, or the good thing is, you got 5 of these, right? You got 5 of those. So, you're bringing in $9,000. Sweet. On a single, 3x5. So you just lost 6,000 on your shorts, but you just made, 10,000 on your longs. Boy, that's fun. Just peel these little things off like onions. Peel them off like onions. But I would not try to do them as a spread. I wouldn't try to do a 3-5. You could try doing a 3-3. Sell 3x3. Don't do that either. Take some of your risk off. Risk off first. It's just like Ken said a while ago, right? It's all about managing risk. Okay, let's take the risk off. My risk is in those shorts. So let's peel that onion. Let's take 1 or 2 of those off. Then let's sell a long or 2. Keep doing that, just back and forth till you all get them off. And then you are going to be exhausted. If you're at your office, let me tell you this too. If you are trading on your laptop or your desktop, please download Thinkorswim mobile on your phone. If you've got a Tastyworks account, please familiarize yourself with the mobile platform. Because what do you do if you're at Myrtle Beach and you didn't bring your laptop with you? You got to do it on the phone. And don't tell me you can't do it on your phone. That's how I did it twice during the crash in February and the crash in March. I did it on my phone, in a doctor's office, in my office. So know how to use, make sure it's on. You got your mobile out, get you the best internet connection that you can possibly get and be ready to close those puppies. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I think the day when you all are able to do that and to run through that, it's going to be, we'll high five each other then. All right. Any questions or comments? I think this is a great conversation today. Stacy, does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, I don't know. Sometimes this just makes me relive March 2020. And when you're in the middle of that, it's really hard to think straight when the prices are going 90 miles an hour and you're trying to think about what you need to do. And it's hard. It
is. It really is. And the good thing though, Stacy, is maybe last time it was hard because, and I don't know what positions you had on or what you were doing, but you were probably seeing losses at the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had some strategies on that I had just learned how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not have a good exit strategy. And that's what happened. And that's why I'm always asking, okay, what's the doomsday plan? Because I didn't have that in place before. And I did take a lot of losses because I didn't know what to do. And so I ended up saying, okay, I just got to get out. And, that was not the great thing to do either. But at the time, it was hard to watch that account flying down.
So what we'll do, depending on what everybody has in, and keep in mind if you're doing the VIX hedge too, we'll be shutting it down too, right? We'll be, and you got to know what to do. Okay, I got VIX calls, let's say that I bought. So to close those, I'm gonna be selling them, right? So you can be selling calls, and you got to think, okay, if I don't get filled, what do I do? Does my price go up? My price go down? I would make a sticky note. I would do something to where you have that with you. So you're ready to go. Okay, I need to up it if I'm, this, if I'm selling, if I'm buying, I need to do this. If I'm buying an option, I need to up it if I don't get filled. If I'm selling an option, I need to reduce the price if I'm not getting filled. Now, let's talk about what I would do in this particular account. What am I closing down, y'all? What would I close down in a crash? Okay, I'm going to close down first. I'm going to the Black Swan hedges and to shut them down. Right, I'm gonna book my profits, and I'm also, the micros. I hate that my short puts are losing. They're going to lose, but they're not as big as what's happening in the ES. So you got micro puts. So you're going to start these, closing them, in order. Okay, now after that, what am I going to do? So I'm going to start closing after my black swan hedges are closed. I'm going to start closing down my micros. Right, take risk off the table because those are short puts that are now losing. So I'll take those off second. What would I do next? Okay, space strip trades. Let's talk about this too. Oh my gosh, look at this, y'all. I've got 10, 10, 7, 7. What the heck? Right? How am I going to take this off? I can promise you it would be difficult to take off a space strip trade during this thing. But what you want to do is you do want to close it. How do you close it? How do you close it? Well, let's think about it. Let's take risk off. Well, where's the risk? The risk is in the short puts, isn't it? So you say, okay, these are losing. So I'm going to take off 2 of these short puts. Hey, but these are winning. So I'm going to take off, 2 or 3 of these and just peel that onion the same way, right? Now, why am I saying not do it as 10? Well, it's a little bit difficult, the larger number of contracts that you have on and something. So, peel them off 2 or 3 at a time. Take your shorts off, take your longs off, take your shorts off, take your longs off until you get that portion peeled off. You will not peel this off as if you're going to right click and go close all, you will not get filled. Okay. Okay. So then you got the credit spread taken off, right? Well, your debit spread is doing great, right? Well, still go to cash, baby. You're going to close a short or 2, close a long or 2, close a short or 2, close a long or 2, till you get them all closed down. And you're going to close that one up and you say, whew, out of that one. Oh, dang, I got another one. So you're going to come over here and you're going to do the same thing, right? You're going to close a couple shorts, close a couple longs, close a couple shorts, close a couple longs till you get it. Then this is going to be, probably fully in the money. I wouldn't close it as a spread. What would I do? I take off a little here, take off a little there, take off a little here, there. The short first. Take off the short first, and then take off the long. Take off the risk, because if you start closing longs, you're not going to. They won't let you. They'll say, no, you got to keep that long on because you can't close a short. And then you'll say you don't have the buying power to close your shorts, and then you'll really flip out. You'll really flip out. Now, also during that time, cancel all working orders. Cancel your working orders, because these may be taking up buying power at the time that you desperately need to take off those shorts. Okay, so if you got 5 or 6, working orders, just cancel. All right, but you're going to have time. Trust me. The good thing is you don't have to be as fast as you think you need to be, because Stacy in March of 2020 was losing money. It is a much different story when you're shaking and having a bit of a, adrenaline rush because, your $100,000 account is now 300,000. That's a much different feel. It's good. It's fun. All right. Then what would I do? So I'm going to take that off. I take this off. I'm taking I'm going to cash and everything except what? AIM. Now, is AIM going to show losses? Oh, heck yeah. I mean, you'll be surprised when the market goes down how all these asset classes will work together. All of these things will be going down. But keep in mind, you would have made a couple $100,000 on everything else. So you're down on your AIM stuff and you go, oh, crap, man, I'm down on that. Well, then the cool thing is you go over to your spreadsheet. What does your spreadsheet say? Spreadsheet says, what does your spreadsheet say? Where's my dang spreadsheet? Spreadsheet starts saying buy. buy. And that's exactly what you do. You come over here and you start buying. While the whole world is panicking and selling. Now all of a sudden your $100,000 counts $300,000 and you're buying at the lows, baby. And what's going to happen? All these are going to go back up at some point after the crash. We know it does, right? Unless the United States, we're taken over by China or something. Then we got bigger problems, right? Because we'll be shooting the Chinese like we shoot squirrels on a Saturday night. Stacey, are you excited?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're excited about it, right? And I'm telling you, as long as I'm not on vacation or on the road, we'll do it together, right? You got to log in. Matt, you're going to tell the boss, say, I got to go. He's going to say, what's up? Family emergency. And it will be a family emergency, right? We got to close this stuff out, baby. We don't want to miss out on the great opportunity that we've got happening today. Yeah, so I hope that gets y'all all excited. And it is fun. Oh, is it fun? You imagine? Doctor told me he's going to cut my toe off, and I was so excited. I was like, don't bother me, baby. Take it off. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It was good being with y'all today, kind of like our Sunday school class of sorts. So let's see. Do it during a non-stress period. Then when it hits the fan, you have clear instructions. Exactly. And Stacy, I think maybe that's something that we ought to, make us a little cheat sheet on, right? You can work on it. I can work on it. I'll be motivated maybe one day, and we'll do a little cheat sheet. That, hey, here's how we're going to peel the onion, baby. Peel them a couple at a time. Because guess what? The great thing is, guess what people are doing during crashes? I mean, people do dumb things, right? So they'll be trying, the big boys will be trying to buy our long puts, y'all. Isn't that cool? What we're, selling, they'll want to buy. They'll go, oh, it's expensive, but I got to have protection. What if this thing keeps going down? And you think, man, there won't be any liquidity. Yeah, there will. Trust me, there will be liquidity. We will be able to get out of these things. People want what we got. During the crash, people are dumb, man. They're like, oh, now it's time to buy a put. No, you idiot. No. Now's not time to buy a put. Now it's time to sell a put. And we'll be selling them because we already own them. And the cool thing is we'll own them for free because we're doing these things for credits. I don't know how it gets any better than this. All right, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Y'all got any questions? You need some one-on-one time? You want to set up your AIM or your BAME or whatever you got going on? I'm here for you. So just let me know. Hope y'all have a great weekend.